Good morning, Leos. Welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I like to do is go on and give you a romantic type specific reading, which is going to be valid until the end of this month. And I'm going to be posting your July reading shortly following this one. Okay? And so to save down on some time, Leo, I've already shuffled the deck using my regular cards here. As well as I'm going to be using also Doreen's Virtuals deck, the Romance Angel, just to give you a bit more parting advice. Okay? So let's go on and just get started and start off by examining or taking a general look at your suit assessment here. Okay? We have no heart cards, okay? We have 2 diamonds. Okay? We have 2 spades. With the exception of this one falling to the bottom, we're not including the 6 of spades, so it's only 2. We have also 2 clubs. Okay, we have an abundance of court cards. We actually have 3. Okay, so let's go on and just dig a little deeper just to let you know what this predominance means. Since you do have a predominance of basically really diamonds, spades, and clubs, this means that there might be a concern about 3 different types of issues, and they usually concern resources which might include money, career, property, or economic concerns, because with their having predominance of diamonds, they really show that you kind of want to approach your situation with a very practical attitude, Leo, and you're trying to be realistic. And these cards have appeared more than likely for you because you have been working, very hard on long-term goals and perhaps have faced many setbacks. And, looking at the wands there, they show that your world is really full of movement, and that if you can really focus and hone in on a particular goal or really find a new solution, Leo, to an old problem, you're certainly going to achieve the happiness and fulfillment that you like. It's really a time to kind of act independently when you see that association, and to kind of, it's asking you or kind of urging you to concentrate on personal goals. And with the spades, Leos, they kind of know that there may be some bickering or some sort of arguing, and you might be worrying a bit too much, because, usually spades can indicate anything from health problems or any type of quarrels and dissent, of many kinds. So, and sometimes they kind of urge us to kind of, really just accept defeat and walk away, or maybe perhaps do something else. So, nevertheless, they really certainly predict a lot of tremendous agitation. Okay? So again, I had indicated to you guys that this is a romance type reading, but guess what? There are no heart cards in this spread, so that means something, Leo. So, it suggests that, perhaps, it shows a frivolous crush that you may have on somebody that's really not substantial enough to kind of constitute a true emotional connection. And perhaps Leo's romantic intentions might be best suited elsewhere, or perhaps focused inward. Inward is perhaps in order. Perhaps you need to express your feelings a bit more to the person that you desire. Equally valid, Leo, the person that you might be interested in may not be interested in you, at present. So let's move right along and look at your number trend here and just examine your number to get you a numerical theme, again, without the exception of this card there. We come up with a numerical theme, Leo, of 6. So therefore, this reading, it shows harmony, sharing, and security. This number presents itself really, after the challenge is represented by the 5. They provide you with enough security, Leo, to kind of expand with the number 7, which is what you're going to be moving on to. When you start imagining and taking on more a introspective look at matters. So therefore, Leos, you are urged to kind of use your free will in making a decision without any outside influences. Don't compromise yourself or even your feelings. Also look beneath, Leo, what might appear to be, or might, somehow appear to be hidden from you. And, just looking at your number trend here, since most of the prevailing numbers are high, you're going to be reaching the conclusive stage of this matter. And because you have all of these court cards there, that denotes infidelity. Okay, it also suggests that it may be a lot of people involved in your situation. Additionally, it shows invitations or parties and, of all sorts that are going to be coming your way. Okay. Now you also, let's look at your color interpretation. We only have 2 red cards there and the rest of them are dark. So you can expect problems that's going to crop up or delays and perhaps, Leo, usually more what you really don't want. Okay. Also, let's look at a few combination and then we're going to go on and get into your reading. We have the 8 of spades there. And let's combine that with the King of Diamonds. And that shows, Leo, possible loss of employment, perhaps. Or even you're feeling, somehow poverty stricken. Okay? I'm going to go on and just give you a short interpretation of what I'm seeing here prior to getting into the meat of your reading. Just by looking at your cards there, Leo, looks like that, although you kind of been having anxieties and perhaps crying about a relationship, potentially with several individuals, I'm feeling. Your relationship, it looks like it's going to take a decided turn for the better, perhaps during the autumn periods, And I'm also feeling, too, that, although like I said, that you've been kind of crying and all that stuff, but it looks like you're going to have to kind of make a decision on, who you really want because it's just too many irons in the fire. So let's move right along and go on and get some more details and get started with your reading. And start with the bottom card, okay? We have the 6 of spades as suggested from the onset of that card having fell to the bottom. And that denotes an air sign, Leo. So it could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Or, Mercury is, tends to be an Aquarius with this card. So this card, again, is all about anxiety, married, or fleeing in kind of transitions. It gives an indication, Leo, that you've been trying hard to move your relationship to a higher level, but you've been feeling like you've been doing all the work, and you are there for trouble, looks like, from any, really unfulfilling relationships and sick and tired of problems and delays. And you might be even contemplating, Leo, kind of moving forward with a different lover. But the problem that with this card, that you're experiencing is certainly not going to go away of its own. You're going to have to change the way that you're dealing with the situation to really resolve it and not really act or, the same as you have always done, because that hasn't gotten you the way that you've acted, really haven't gotten you anywhere. Okay, let's move on and just examine your current situation. We have the 6 of Diamonds there. And Leo, that refers to an earth sign. It could be a Capricorn, a Taurus, and or either a Virgo. And with this card, the moon certainly is in Taurus. So this card is all about resources or compensation and perhaps ambition. It tells you to kind of equally share your resources, Leos. It says that although your affairs are somehow unsettled, you are wishing to receive a call from a lover. And this card assures you that you certainly will. And for some of you, this card says that even if you do unite or reunite, you're going to still feel, perhaps that you and your lover are still distanced toward each other. However, I'm feeling that, this card kind of asks you to kind of keep your attention on the present and really let go, Leos, and let God. It asks you to kind of have faith and really to simply relax. Okay? Let's move right along and see what kind of is in you or internally or what kind of moves you. Okay, we have the 8 of spades there. So this card denotes an air sign. It could be a Gemini, Leo, or an Aquarius. But with this 8, I see it as being Jupiter as being in Gemini. So this card is all about denial, self-loathing or disquieting, perhaps constraint. It says that you want to get out of an oppressive relationship and you're going to be feeling a bit boxed in. You feel as if somehow that you've kind of been on a bit of a roller coaster when it comes to your relationships. And perhaps you feel as if that you've been cast aside, but you are trying your best to kind of cope with the situation, okay? Let's move right along and look at your next card and look at your lover's attitude towards you. We have the King of Diamonds falling there. And so that refers to an earth sign. It could be a Capricorn, Taurus, and or Virgo. And I also see this card most of the time as representing a Gemini. So this card is there for really all about power and kind of having a sense of reality. It says that although your lover sees you as a grounded and calm individual, he or she still feels like he or she is getting nowhere with regards to this relationship, because it appears to him or her to be a one-sided alliance. Okay, so you guys need to work on that. That's why that Six of Diamonds came up. It's all about trying to share with one another, because it appears to be kind of one-sided. Okay, let's move right along and look at your lover's attitude towards you. We have the Queen of Clubs there. And so, Leo, that denotes, a fire sign. Could be an Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this card is all about independence, ambition, and kind of self-confidence. Therefore, it shows that you see your lover as being very proud and perhaps business-oriented. You may also see him or her as kind of being bold, spontaneous, and even energetic. Okay, let's go on and look at card number 5, and this card is going to, show the challenges or the challenges that might crop up on and on again and again with this relationship. We have the Jack of Spades there, so that refers to an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, and Aries that might be, threatening towards your relationship, perhaps a younger type temperament. But because it's a Jack card, this person can be malevolent. Okay, so this card is all about really, Leo, dexterity, observation, circumspection, and unexpected developments that usually tend to crop up in love. It says that you're going to hate the situation that you're in, and you won't really know how to contend with it. This card says that you're going to want to sever a relationship, and you're going to almost break up. However, the relationship, it seems to me that it's going to continue. So this card also says that you and your lover might stop paying attention to one another's needs and desires. So that might be a challenge. So there may also be, potential communication problems. So Leo, in order to kind of resolve these problems, you'll need to kind of reestablish your tie with the one with whom you like to be with, and really to try to adjust your actions, as new things become available, and try to do new things. Okay? Let's move right along and get you some additional advice and see the likely outcome that's going to be coming up for you. We have the Ace of Clubs there. So that card refers again to a fire sign. It's a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. And this card, Leo, is all about exciting new beginnings, spur, incentiveness, potential, and things that really come up unexpectedly. And it also represents the autumn period, so it can be the September through the November time frame, where the two of you guys could kind of move forward with something a little bit more harmonious. So this card shows you taking an introspective look, Leo, at your relationship, and you're going to be really feeling good about your prospects. It shows that you're ready to take a leap of faith and kind of start something, a bit more permanent, rather than kind of jumping from person to person. So this card is there for all about kind of welcoming vitality in a new or an existent relationship. So it thus says that if obstacles, really block progress in an existing relationship, problems are really they're going to kind of be resolved. And the two of you might discuss marriage or possibly moving in with one another. So I'm kind of feeling, Leo, that you have a choice, to kind of sustain a relationship with your current partner. And if so, there are a lot of issues that you need to address and to resolve in order to make that relationship better for you, or to perhaps move forward with a new partner. So Leo, again, I thank you for your time, for viewing and listening to me do your reading for you. And as with with all readings, this reading may not have resonated with everyone. But for those for whom this reading was meant, I certainly would appreciate hearing your comments, as well as hearing your thoughts. Also, for those of you, Leo, who have yet to subscribe to my channel, please take a few moments to do so now. And again, I look forward to hearing your comments. And if any of you would like a more personal reading, you can certainly contact me at wat61073@gmail.com. Certainly enjoy your day. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I also have some parting advice that I like to give to you guys too, that I'm using I did select a card from Doreen Virtue's Romance Angels deck. And the card selected, Leo, before I close out this reading, is religious factor. So this card is all about saying, it's kind of suggesting that perhaps religion is playing a major role with your connection with a person that you like to be with. And, perhaps that's kind of, making you determine, what you would want, in a person. And so it seems like perhaps maybe, if you're seeking a partner that has similar spiritual interests as you, this card might be suggesting, though, if you're wanting to meet someone new, that perhaps you might could meet this person at church or somewhere, or at a synagogue, And it's saying alternatively as well that, if you're with a person who doesn't appear to be spiritual minded and whose belief is kind of, indifferent towards your own, is kind of telling you need to address this issue and kind of be true to yourself with the process. Okay? So, again, I'm going to go on and close out this reading, and I look forward to hearing, your comments, as well as I'm going to be posting more interesting readings for you guys shortly following this one. So enjoy your day and have a nice day. Thanks.